finger on the 3rd fret on the thickest string. And I'm not going to concern really myself or you right now with the ring finger here on the 5th fret on the 5th string. Don't worry about what note that is right now, because here's an interesting thing you can do with the power chord. Like that from a technical standpoint, you're not adding any real notes to it, but you're adding sonic value. And that's why you see these rock and rollers do this. They'll add in the same note just by, now this is when you gotta once again watch the right hand. I know my right hand now has to play 3 strings. See what we did? We didn't change the value of the chord. We didn't add in an extra note. The note already exists, but we increase the fatness of the sound. So if I was to put on distortion and all that, you would really see the difference. So just so you know, my right hand is playing string 6, 5, 4 in that scenario. Now power chords have their advantages though, and they show up in other genres too, but we all primarily think of rock, heavy music, and even punk and whatnot, even though I spoke last night about Ramones, and let's not say the Ramones used power chords. Play major bar chords, which I can't do anymore. Anyway, it shows up in other places. And one way it shows up actually is a big concept for beginners, and this is this idea of fundamentally changing things with the pinky. You might see that and already think, no, I can't do this. So I can show you, I can tell you the little secret to this, what I believe it is. And there's one thing you can't see right now. One part of my hand, say my hand has 5 components, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the center, right? So there's one part you can't see. What is that? Well, you can't see the center, but well, yeah, say this is. So you can't see what? That's my helper, the thumb. The thumb is everything, and I'll be honest with you, if you don't have it perfect, I can't do it anyways. So it's not optional, but you have to realize that you droop it down, the wrist droops. Listen, the more you play the instrument, whether you get beaten up like me or not, your hand is going to become more adept at it. You're going to have more physical dexterity, more muscle memory, and your hand's going to have more of a natural curvature. And you may just have, like I've got, those tiny guitar player hands, a long, spindly, thin hand. They don't have sausage fingers. Marty Schwartz, or whatever his name is, he's the exception to the rule. He can dance all over the fretboard with these, I'm not saying anything wrong with him, but with these fat sausage fingers and whatever else. Over time, your hand's going to contour naturally and whatnot. So you might have trouble with doing that. So then in that case, you would start, say, way, way up the neck and build up an exercise. To where now my pinky's going down on fret 12 on the 5th string, basically making what this finger's doing non-existent. But see how much easier it is, and I've spoken about this before with bending. It's about the design of the instrument. It just so happens it's that way. I didn't design it, I've just learned about it. So depending on where you are, this is a lot easier, but gradually test yourself. And if you haven't seen my video on bending, check it out, please. It's about 40 views, and that's fine, but that was a good one, and kind of relates to this. But I think that's enough about that topic for now. I'm going to save a video.